You're listening to a TGM production. Headlines tonight. Woman stuck up a tree chasing a gerbil. Man who has lost a burger 3 months ago finds it behind the sofa and still thinks it's good to eat. And finally, a chihuahua becomes the first dog to skydive in a helicopter over Cornwall. Our main story tonight, Jeff, who was an entrepreneur and aerial scientist, decided today that his dog Chihuahua, who was a Chihuahua, wanted to skydive out of a helicopter. But he was so scared he got his dog to do it for charity. We caught up with Jeff to ask him his own opinion on why he did it. He did it because I thought it was a good idea. On hindsight, it was an excellent idea. We raised 4.5 million for the dog's trust. Yes, it was a trust for dogs. You know, like a trustee board or those type of trusts. Yeah. Well, why do you think it was necessary to do this? Well, money, charity. I want to know a PE. I want to be a sir. I want to be Sir Jeff. Yeah. Right. Okay. Back to you in the studio, Tom. Now we head over to our gerbil and animal specialist, Kenny. Hello. Hello. I'm Kenny. I studied animals at Loughborough University. So I know a lot about them, and gerbils was what I wrote my dissertation on, because they're not hamsters, they're not mice, and they're not rats, they are gerbils, you know. So, got a cold, do apologise. I know it's not professional to have a cold on the radio, but, you know, you gotta roll with these things, and, so, I was flicking through the paper, and look what I found! A woman in Alabama has, she was chasing after a gerbil because she thought, she thought it was a hamster. Turns out, her son had bought it and told her it was a hamster, but she didn't know it was a gerbil, and so she put it in the wheel. It broke out the wheel because this gerbil seemed to be a very intelligent gerbil, and it went whoosh, and so she ran after it. It went up a tree. One of the locals had to call the fire rescue because she was stuck up a tree because she was chasing her gerbil. And they're like, get me my gerbil back. Get me my gerbil back. It was a right nightmare. It's a right faff on. But back to you over there, Tom. Thank you. Thank you for that. So our next story tonight is that a man who has lost a burger 3 months ago. He was eating it. He fell out of his hand, but he couldn't see where it went. Found it behind the back of his sofa. He thought it was still edible to eat. So we went to go and investigate why he thought it was still edible. And here is the report. Thank you, Tom. Yes, me, Tom. Thank you. I'm here with Kevin, who thought, 3 months ago. Well, actually, Kevin, you could tell us this story, can't you? Yes, I can. I was watching QI, or Willie Mark the Week, one of the two shows on Dive, now known as You and Dive, but I'm not going to go through that business again. I had an argument with my for that. So what happened was, really, and to be all honest, I didn't think it was going to be that much of an issue, but we had eaten these burgers, and mine just flew at my hand. My hand was greasy, so it just went woo and flew out of my hand, and I tried to look for it, and I thought, that's going to go in the bin. And there we were again, 3 months later. This time, we were watching The Bridge, the Swedish-Danish program, so it was like really intense. And I dropped the remote down the side sofa, so I put my hand down, I got it up, and there it was, the burger. I thought, ooh, that does look nice still. My wife was like, no, don't eat that. She paused the telly, by the way, so we didn't miss any of the subtitle. And so we got it in our hand, and they went, ooh, mold, ooh. And I went, ooh, that's delicious. Bearing in mind, I eat anything. So I just put it in my mouth and went, It was very nice. Until I was sick the next day with food poisoning, and I thought I'll never do that again. And so when my wife decided to tell her friends, ironically, her friend was a journalist. Do I use the word ironically right? I don't know. So my wife's friend was a journalist. So, well, we did what we knew what was yes, we knew what was best. And so we sold our story to the press, and here we are now on Radio 4 on the Top Story program, one of my all-time favorite news programs. So it says the news as it is, not some other news programs where it tells news gloomy. This is all positive news, or light news, or just the news. Not politics news, but news, other news. You know, the type of news that you listen to. Oh, stop flattering me. Right. Anything else? No, nothing else. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and eat that burger I found in the bin. Ugh. Good luck with that. And back to you, Tom, in the studio. Well, what a corker. What a corker it's been tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you've got any more news stories, please do email them in at news. Yes, that's a real email address. It's real all the way. Well, it's as real as you want it to be, and it's as it is, or as it was. It depends on the type of person you talk to. But that is today's news. See you all next week on Top Story.